Welcome back to Sales Like Hotcakes video series. In this important video, like I promised, we're going to talk about 11 main mistakes why people fail in this business and how you can avoid them. I'll teach you what not to do and identify the most common pitfalls that people who are just starting out are encountering, along with how you can avoid them and stay safe. Without further ado, let's get started with 11 mistakes to avoid in this business. Mistake number 1 is failing to build your list. If you watched my other video about building your list, you probably know already that your list is your biggest asset in your business, and I cannot stress it enough. If you give up everything and just choose one thing to stay with you must choose to stay with your list because the list of your customers' emails is the biggest asset that you can have in your business. Nothing else matters like your list. If you're not starting building your list, you're missing out on the whole thing. Make sure you watch the video where I teach you exactly how to build your list step by step. It's not hard, trust me, it's that important. That's why it's mistake number 1. Nothing else matters if you fail to build your list from the beginning. Mistake number 2 is getting into analysis paralysis. A lot of people get into analysis paralysis, which means they always overthink they can stay in research stage forever. They look for the perfect product and perfect conditions. They keep learning and learning, buying course after course, book after book, but never take any action. Remember, the traffic lights on the road will never be all green at the same time. If you always wait for all the traffic lights to be green before you start driving, you will never start. The same goes here. No matter what product you research, you will never find a hot-selling product that has no competition. There will never be a perfect product, so stop worrying about this. Stop worrying about your competition. Stop worrying about trying to find a perfect product that will be a bestseller instantly. My main advice is to just do it. Just pick the product you found where stats look right and stop over-optimizing, over-researching. Otherwise, you will be stuck at this stage forever and will never succeed. Just start. Make mistakes. Learn along the way. Launch your second product, third product, instead of analyzing for a perfect first product forever. First might not sell well, but so what? The second or third one will be a bestseller, I am sure. Just keep digging for gold and don't give up. Mistake number 3 is choosing the wrong product without any research at all. This is the opposite of a previous mistake. There are people who just say, I like this, so it must sell well. It feels like a winner. They rely on guesswork instead of doing any research at all. The fact that you like something doesn't mean that it will sell well. You might like a specific board game, for example, but it doesn't mean that this will sell in mass quantities for you to make serious money from this. Stop doing guesswork and relying on what you like. Only trust numbers. Do research, use the tools we provide on Sales Like Hotcakes, and rely on math and numbers and not just on guesswork. Remember, you must sell what other people need. Mistake number 4, investing all in one product, which is pure gambling, instead of diversifying into a portfolio of related products under the same brand. No matter how hard you do your research, you can just hit and miss. It happens. You can do all the research in the world and then start selling and then you see it. It just doesn't sell well like you planned. If you change just a little thing or choose a little bit different product, even in the same niche, it would be selling like crazy. Instead of gambling with just one product and putting it all into one basket, develop at least 3 or 5 products under the same roof of related products so you can upsell, cross-sell, bundle them, or provide them as a bonus to each. Choose the niche you want and then develop several products in this niche instead of putting it all into one product. Golf equipment, for example, selling golf clubs, golf balls, gold umbrellas, and gold gloves and polo shirts. Mistake number 5, getting into patented or trademarked products without rights to do so. Result, your listing is closed and you are out. But you might be saying, how come Chinese factories are producing it and for me it's not allowed to sell? Guys, for Chinese factories, it doesn't matter if the product has a patent, if it's trademarked because they don't care about laws in the United States. They are not liable for anything because they are not selling it directly. That's why they don't care about this, so you cannot ask them to be responsible for this. If you are selling the product, only you are responsible to check if it's patented or if it's trademarked and not your factory. Don't ask your factory to do checks for patents or trademarks. They simply don't care about these things because they are not liable. Make sure that your product is generic enough and you avoid all the troubles. Mistake number 6 is failing to find the right supplier and a good shipping company. A lot of people just get lazy or greedy and they try to save some money, and they don't want to hire a sourcing agent because they think, I can find a supplier or factory myself just from Alibaba and I don't want to pay extra money for a sourcing agent. And then they get stuck with a factory that is just simply not good, providing poor and slow support for you or just failing to follow your instructions to put proper labels. Then they cannot communicate with the shipment company and your shipment gets delayed forever. You try to save a few bucks, but in reality, you've just wasted your time and you can make much more profit just with working with professionals. That's why I highly recommend you find a sourcing agent, and Sells Like Hotcakes will help you find it. Don't do all the plumbing in your house, so to speak. Hire a plumber and concentrate on your business instead of micromanagement things you don't really understand. Mistake number 7, failing to do proper quality inspection, which will result in high refunds and complaints later. A lot of people, again, try to save some bucks on avoiding to do any inspection because they assume if the factory did 1,000 pieces of your product, then it must be all good, so let's just ship and sell without looking. In reality, what you get is a lot of bad quality pieces that will result in high frequencies of refunds and complaints. Make sure you do proper inspection, and again, the Sells Like Hotcakes members area will help you find quality inspection links. Mistake number 8. Failing to prepare quality listing for your product and great images. You might have the best product, but you're not doing great marketing and you're not communicating your story and reasons why the customer must use your product. You might have the best product in the world, but it doesn't matter if you have poor images or boring listing or bullet points. In other videos of our course, I showed you how not to do listings and what you should pay attention to. Make sure you watch those videos and don't fall into the trap of poor marketing. With new Amazon rules about reviews, it's becoming a marketplace for people who do great marketing so they rely less on reviews and more on quality marketing and introduce new features like enhanced content. In the future for Amazon, there'll be rich content that will be including videos that will be great marketing, and people with great marketing will take most of the pie. Mistake number 9 is a poorly planned launch which doesn't give you enough momentum to start organic sales. Remember to watch our videos about doing a great launch, and if you fail to get started with at least 10 to 15 sales per day, be it coupons, giveaways, or whatever, PPC, you must be selling at least 15 units or 10 units per day at least for a week when you are starting to make sure that your product quickly ranks high enough to be noticed by organic traffic. Make sure you invest money into your launch and don't worry about losing money from discounts or giveaways. You must sell to get ranked, or else you'll be lost in millions of products that are just not visible, not ranked, and don't get any sales. Mistake number 10, failing to organize a follow-up series and failing to follow up with your customers on your list for reviews. You always must create a follow-up series, which will automatically send quality information, tips about the product and related products, questions, requests for feedback, and reviews to your list. In other videos, I teach you how to do it. Remember, it's really important you do this to build relations with your list. Mistake number 11 is the last one, is failing to do correct math. A lot of people just do some guesswork, but you must ask yourself, what is my price of production? What is my exact price of shipping per unit? What is the correct price for me to sell? Did I consider FBA fees? Did I consider taxes? You must count it all, guys, before you decide the correct price instead of just doing guesswork. Check what prices your competitors are selling at to make sure that you are not overpriced or underpriced. Check the history of their prices using Sells Like Hotcakes spying tools. Spy on your competitors and make sure you follow what they're doing. Make sure you know exactly what your profit margin is if you're organizing lightning deals or PPC. Do the correct math, don't get lazy, and you will succeed. So here is a bonus tip for you. The main reason why people fail is just giving up too soon. Look at this picture. If you dig for diamonds and you give up just 1 inch before you find them, you'll never find your diamonds. Guys, always keep this picture in mind. Never give up too soon. I see so many people fail because of silly and simple reasons, like when you start to open your Amazon account and you get into minor things, like it's not accepting your email or not getting you approved the first time, or support doesn't reply you in 1 week. So you give up forever, making lazy conclusions like, maybe it's not just for me. No way! Guys, a lot of things will go wrong, and they will go wrong. That's life. You'll be struggling with communication with Chinese factories. You'll have factories that just don't reply to your emails on time. You will meet delays or just custom clearances not doing their work properly and fast enough, or Amazon warehouses losing your units or your packages. You will encounter a lot of struggles on the way to your diamonds, but you never give up too soon. Keep pushing is what I always say. Keep pushing. Keep asking again and again. Make sure you call if nobody is replying to your email. Don't just give up. Just make a call. Go into the chat. Create a new support ticket. There will always be a way to reach someone else who is more qualified to help you. I saw so many people fail just because they are not pushing hard enough. So take action and keep pushing, and you will succeed. I hope this will be helpful for you and you will avoid all these mistakes. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe, share, and hit likes. I really appreciate all of your support, and I will see you inside the Sells Like Hotcakes members area. Bye!